Hey YouTube, it's ICU, and welcome to the 138th episode of Best Tech Info and Rumors. Alright, and starting off, let's talk about iOS 6.1.4. So on Thursday, in a strange release, Apple issued iOS 6.1.4 to the public, which is exclusive to the iPhone 5. Now the new release follows Apple's previous iOS 6.1.3 update that was released on March 19th to address a number of bugs, including the vulnerabilities that were previously exploited by the Evasion Jailbreak utility to achieve an untethered jailbreak on iOS 6. Now the new 6.1.4 firmware is said to simply update the audio profile for the speakerphone during calls on the iPhone 5. Now because 6.1.4 is exclusive to the iPhone 5, unfortunately it cannot be jailbroken. As of now, only iOS 6.1.3, which is the latest firmware for all devices besides the iPhone 5, can be jailbroken using Red Snow for the iPhone 4, the iPhone 3GS, and the 4th generation iPod Touch. Now I actually made a video once 6.1.4 is released, and I go into depth on the jailbreak status for 6.1.3 as well as iOS 6.1.4, and I also go over iOS 7 and the developer's future plans to release the next untethered jailbreak. So if you're at all interested in that, just be sure to check down below. I'll have a link to that video there, and you guys can get caught up on everything related to jailbreaking iOS 6 and Apple's upcoming iOS 7 release. And speaking of iOS 7's release, roughly a month ago on April 3rd, John Gruber from Daring Fireball shared information pertaining to iOS 7, particularly that Apple was not only behind schedule on development for iOS 7, but that engineers who were previously focused on developing the next major OS X installment, 10.9, were temporarily reassigned to assist in the timely completion of iOS 7. And just the other day, additional confirmation was given that such a reassignment may have taken place. In typical fashion, an Apple-oriented journalist who's widely known for his one-word confirmation on rumors from The Loop said the following about iOS 7 being given priority over OS 10.9, quote, "Yep." Now, although unfortunate, a similar situation occurred in years past when Apple realized they were falling behind. Engineers who were in charge of developing and perfecting OS X Leopard were pulled off the job to focus all of their efforts on the original iPhone, which of course went on to be a huge success in 2007. Furthermore, earlier, All Things D went on to say that Apple is, quote, borrowing engineers from the OS X team, effectively ensuring that iOS 7 will, quote, ship on time. Now, because a product, in this case a software release that hasn't been announced yet, can't really ship on time, it's likely that the report was referring to the fall release timeframe that Apple established upon issuing iOS 5 to the public in October of 2011. Also, earlier this week, in an exclusive 9 to 5 Mac published alleged details on Apple's forthcoming OS X update, which again will be OS 10.9. And in mentioning that the update will bring further, quote, power user features, 9 to 5 Mac notes that the next major installment to OS X is codenamed Cabernet. Now, OS 10.9 is expected to bring tabbed browsing to Finder windows, a new redesigned backend for Safari, which is said to bring improved loading speed and efficiency, as well as the ability to allow full-screen apps on external monitors. Now, as far as looks are concerned, the report suggests that there will be some changes to the way OS X looks and feels. However, they, quote, will not be drastic ones. With Jonathan Ive, Apple's Senior Vice President of Industrial Design, now leading the software interface group as a result of corporate restructuring that took place last year, OS 10.9 should hopefully bring welcomed improvements to OS X. Ive is renowned for his incredible product design work, but we have yet to see if his talents will carry over to software and the management of the software development team. And the report also goes on to suggest that OS X may adopt an iOS-esque multitasking system. So if you want more details on the latest rumors surrounding OS 10.9, just be sure to check down below. Next up, I'm not really going to go too into depth on this at all, so if you want more information, just be sure to check out the article. But recently, Jay Freeman, better known online as Saurik, the genius hacker behind Cydia on jailbroken devices, recently received his Explorer edition of Google Glass. And of course, what else would he decide to do with his Google Glass unit, then try to jailbreak it, which he actually accomplished. Now, before you guys get too technical and say, wait a minute, he actually achieved root access on glass, jailbreaking and root access are one and the same. Essentially, jailbreaking is the process of achieving root access. However, when you jailbreak an iOS device, you get something called Cydia, which allows you to install third-party packages and operating system modifications. Whereas if you were to jailbreak or root something like an Android device, you would not get a third-party manager for those tweaks and applications because Google actually allows the majority of them on their Google Play Store. You just have to have root access to be able to install them and use them. So again, if you want more details on Saurik's latest achievement, just be sure to check out the article. Alright, and finally, since the last episode of Best Tech and Phone Rumors, I've released 3 videos, one of which again was my video on iOS 6.1.3 and 6.1.4 where I go over the jailbreak status, and I highly recommend watching that if you haven't already seen it. The other 2 videos are actually on the Samsung Galaxy S4. Now, for those of you who don't know, Samsung recently released their new flagship Galaxy S4 smartphone, and in one of the videos I did an in-depth unboxing, and in the next video I did an in-depth comparison between Apple's iPhone 5 and the Samsung Galaxy S4. So just be sure to watch those videos if you're at all interested in one of the top performing Android devices currently available. Alright, and before I conclude this episode, I wanted to say that I did randomly select a winner for my previous $100 Amazon gift card giveaway, and now I'm holding a new one. If you want to enter to win another $100 Amazon gift card, just be sure to rate this video up and hit that subscribe button to be notified every time I release new videos, and leave a relevant comment down below in the comment section. Once your comment's posted, you'll be automatically entered to win. And if you don't know what to leave in the comment section, how about answering the question of the day? Which phone would you guys prefer and why? The Samsung Galaxy S4 or Apple's iPhone 5? Just be sure to let me know down below or on Best Tech Info. Alright, and that's it for today's episode. Don't forget, if you want to be updated more often, just be sure to like me on Facebook, follow me on Twitter, and add me in one of your circles inside of Google+. And until next time, this is ICU, signing out.